So recently I wanted to check my testosterone because I've been feeling like I've been doing much better than before. And before I used to be 230 pounds, and I'm gonna show you some photos in this presentation. But I used to be 230 pounds. I'm currently at 195 pounds. I feel amazing and I lost a lot of weight. I think I boost my testosterone from probably the low 300s, maybe even 400s. I didn't check back then about a year ago, but I'll show you my testosterone levels today, and I'll show you also how to boost your testosterone naturally without any peptides, which I'm considering doing, without any testosterones, TRT. Everything's gonna be natural. So it's gonna be yours complete guide made by the one and only Alexander Trubnikov, which is actually my full name. Just a fun fact, Alex Trubnikov. I don't know why, but my mom decided it would be kind of fun to put Alexander as my middle name, as you know, Alex the Great. But without further ado, I think if you're a man and you're looking to have a better life, have a better sex drive, accomplish more things, look better, it all starts with your testosterone level, because once you have high testosterone levels, that means you're gonna have high energy levels, and energy is everything. So let's go with the first slide. Okay, so why having testosterone, high testosterone, will change your life? If you can see on the left, that is me. That is me. I think it was about a year, maybe a little bit more than a year. And that is me now with my brother on the right. I lost a lot of weight. I used to be 230. Fun fact, when I took that picture, I was playing basketball, and I was playing basketball with a few of my friends, and my buddy said, like, listen, if you jumped on me, on my ankle, that I would have broken something, because I was so big, so heavy, I could barely run. I thought that I was a man, but I look like a douche. I look like a donut. So if you want to go from this to that, which, yes, I have more visible abs here, but I'm not where I want to be, then stick around. I'll show you how to do it. So what are the benefits? Let's talk about high testosterone. Why would you even want to listen to me, want to listen to somebody else talk about, testosterone levels overall? Well, I think real men have high testosterone. Weak men are lazy and complain. We are in a society right now that everybody keeps complaining, oh, I'm tired, my head hurts, and it's just like, just want to slap them in the face. Wake the fuck up. Real men have high testosterone. They want to get shit done. They are the providers. They are the people that will solve problems. Women will most likely bring the problems, and then they're gonna be like, okay, let's solve it. Okay, what are the other benefits? Better relationships, lasting longer in bed, better erection, morning wood. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I'm in a relationship. I've been in a relationship for about 3 years, and I remember when I was this guy right here, 230 pounds. First of all, my morning woods were not that hard, were not as strong. I felt lazy. I wanted to breathe all the time. Tying my fucking shoes was a problem. Like, every time I'd bend down, I'd breathe, and I'd be like, man, this is. But I kept telling myself, oh yeah, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. I look good. Deep down, I'm strong and it's okay. I kept lying to myself and telling myself that I was looking good, even though I knew I was a fat piece of shit. So you're gonna last longer in bed, which I do now. And not that it was a problem before, but also when you're making love with the person you love, you want to look good. You want to look good naked in front of them. And my partner did tell me, like, hey, like, what's going on? What's going on with the belly? It's getting a little too big, And then better erection. I'll tell you this: the higher testosterone you have, the harder it's gonna get. Especially if you work out, you go boxing or you go running. It's, for some reason, it's always hard. Like, it wants to just show off. Which is not a bad thing, as long as you do it, in a way that you should, not too much publicly, then that's fine. The third one is better quality life. You don't get tired often. You are more motivated to get work done endless energy. And that's what I mentioned in the beginning of this video. You have energy. I started running recently, and the first time I ran, I think it was a few months ago, I did about 5 miles, and I was like, oh, this is not bad, but I was still kind of heavy. And then I started running, I would say almost every day, every other day, every like 3 days. But I would run. I'd go from 2-3 miles to 3-4 miles, and then recently I was doing like 8, almost 9 miles running, not a problem, within like a 8:30 or 9 minute pace per mile. And when you have that energy, you want to put it somewhere, and that is where you should do it. Is the business, the relationships that you have, whatever it is that you're building. Like, imagine if you had more time, because when you have more energy, that means you're going to be doing things faster and a lot of times better too. So you're going to be saving a lot of time. Like me recording this video right now, I wish I have done it after the gym, but I still have energy. And a lot of times in the past I would be like, no, I'll do it tomorrow, I'm too tired, it's too much for me. Tomorrow sounds good, like I'm not gonna be, after I had so much food, I'm not gonna have the crush, I'm gonna be just fine. So you make less excuses when you are basically a real man with high testosterone. Also, I started reading this book, I think it's called Hard Times Create Strong Men. If you're a man and you're working on your business, or you just don't really know what you want to do in life, I think that's one of the books that it's like 650 pages, and I'm like 30% done with it. But that's the one book that I wish I read when I was like 15, 16 years old. It teaches you about feminists and feminine energy and the masculine energy, and how you can actually become a man, and what are the traits of a real man. And I'm going to give you a sneak peek. It's to be financially responsible and be able to provide for the woman or whatever you're into, and be able to protect, but also be mentally strong, spiritually strong, which I started believing in God recently, and then also be physically fit. So that's like one of the things that I'm working right now, is physically being fit. I've been doing a lot of Stairmaster, a lot of running, biking, and I don't only want to look strong and big and be like all muscular, but I also want to do things like running. Like when I have kids, I want to run with them, I want to go biking with them, I want to take the dog for a walk and a run. I don't want to be all like juiced up and not be able to do much. So you get work done, endless energy, you will feel better mentally, physically, and spiritually. That is the one thing I think is so important, especially in this generation when everybody's scrolling on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. They just scroll. They cannot sit still with themselves and just think like, okay, like I'll tell you this, some of my best ideas are after the gym, when I'm caffeinated and I'm on the treadmill, or I'm on the Stairmaster, or it's when I'm literally meditating. Last time I meditated, which I need to do more often, was a few days ago with my fiance, and I sat down and I was imagining the life that I want to live. And all I saw was me with my wife, kids, a dog around, me going to the gym, in a Lamborghini Urus, and driving there, hitting a workout with friends, feeling good, and then coming back home to doing sauna, and then doing cold plunge in like an ice bath. Like I have a big mansion in Miami, which is where I want to move potentially in the future. I know there's a lot of people that are moving to Dubai, but Miami is also kind of like a hot spot for a lot of entrepreneurs and people who are doing a lot of big things. And the mansion was like a modern LA mansion, and I had an ice bath over there that was really nice. Like Colin Urisis, I think his name is, he has like a similar house to what I would want, so I like his style a lot. But I was envisioning myself living the life that I want to live, and I feel like kids these days can't even do that. They cannot even sit still and just be okay with themselves. If you cannot stay still by yourself for 30 minutes that is when you should do it the most. That's a quote that I read in the book that I mentioned. So if you are always looking for your phone, you always like me, like a lot of times, my ADHD is all over the place, and I'm not taking any pills, no nothing for that. I think even if I have pain, like I will observe it, I will feel it. But you really need to be able to be okay by yourself, first of all, especially before going into a relationship. So mentally, physically, spiritually, I talked about starting to go to the church, believing in God, feeling so much better. But I do think that it always starts with being physical, physically looking good. Once you look physically good, then everything else is just easy. And that's why I'm trying to get my six pack. So you will attract better people, especially at the gym. Guys, this is so true. I remember when I was 230 pounds and I went to Crunch Fitness, which is right next to me. I would always look at the people who were much bigger than me, who had the six pack, and they were stronger, they were lifting weights. But now I'm going to the gym. It's called the Compound. It's in Mission Bay here in San Diego. And every single person there, or like I would say like 90-95% of the people that go there, they are shredded, they look good, they are working on themselves, they eat clean, they are like shredded. And it makes me feel like, okay, they can do it, I can do it too. Like, it's time for me to get shredded. So, and I have noticed that more women look at me, because I am not what I used to be. I think I used to be probably 25% body fat, which is insane. But I think I'm closer to 15, 16. I need to get the blood work done. But imagine if I get to like 12%, maybe even 10%. I think that's the point when I'm going to feel the best and I'm going to be able to produce the best work possible for you guys, for me, for my family, and everybody around me. Clear headspace. It's crazy because I remember when I was bigger, fatter, there were so many things in my head. Oh, I want to get sweets. I want to eat sweets. Like, my body was craving things all the time. I would sometimes go on a walk with my puppy behind my fiance's back and go get sweets, and I would not tell her. And I don't want you to be in that spot. I don't want you to do things that you probably wouldn't do just for something that's not even going to help you. Like, if it was helping you, if it was improving your life, do it. But once you are fit, like physically fit, and you have high testosterone, you will be able to have a clear thought. And that can go into politics too, that can go into your relationships. You can see things in like a different perspective, It's hard to explain until you get to that point. You will look like a Greek god, most likely. And that is me, a picture of me, which I haven't introduced that. But that was me, I think, about a month ago. I went on my birthday to Catalina Island. Beautiful place. And that was the most shredded that I've been within the last 2 years. And I felt so good. So the better you look, the better outcomes that you're going to achieve, most likely. And of course, you will be at the top 1%. In America, I think it was that there are 30 million millionaires in America in total. But you know how many people with abs out of 350 million that we have in the US? Probably less than 15 million. I think last time it said that there was 2 more times millionaires in the US than people with abs. So you will be clearly at the top 1%. And then add to that if you have your finances figured out, if you have your body figured out, right, and then you're spiritually good, man, you're going to be a Greek god. So testosterone levels. If you're under 30, you should be at over 600. So I got tested. I got 638. I did not expect that. I thought like, okay, yeah, that's good. But I thought I was gonna be more like here in the 800s. So my goal right now, as you can see on number 4, is 800 to 900. And I'm gonna talk about it, how I'm going to achieve it and how you can achieve it as well. So I've been eating cleaner in the past months, so I'm sure my test levels. That should be D, but anyway, that I have increased because I lost a lot of weight. I wish I did my testosterone levels, guys, when I was 230 pounds. Because every single pound that you have on that's basically fat, it reduces your test more and more and more and more. Because right now I feel amazing, the best I've felt in about 2 years, and I want you guys to experience it too. Whatever I'm saying, I don't want you to think like, oh yeah, blah blah blah. Do the work, get it done, get the six pack, eat the right foods, have a clear mindset. You're gonna be feeling so much better. So go get tested and find out what your levels are, because you cannot increase something if you don't have the numbers at the beginning, right? Which is something that I should have done and I regret, but that's okay. So again, my goal is 800 to 900, and I'm going to achieve it following a few things. So how do you actually do it? You guys like my little puppy? Haha. So it's about 80-20 rule. So if you do 80% of the time, those 7 things, I guarantee you're gonna feel better. You're gonna have your six pack coming up more soon, and overall your life will increase and it will be better. So first of all, eat organic, unprocessed foods. So I like to, if I want something sweet, especially in the morning, I eat raw honey. Raw honey, I like to get the one that's Malibu raw honey. It's in Whole Foods. It's like $16. Lasts me for like 2 weeks. Fucking amazing. I love it. Steak and grass-fed beef. Now, as you can see, this is kind of like my typical dinner. I have some pasta for the carbs because usually I don't eat carbs my first meal. I usually eat it during dinner. I also love pickles. Pickles, I'm from Israel, we got pickles everywhere. So I love pickles. And organic eggs, white rice, and pickles. This right here, number 1, that is 80% of my diet. Sometimes chicken. I don't eat pork anymore. But grass-fed beef, we make a lot of like patties for burgers, and I eat it without bread, but with lettuce wraps, and I just do it at home. Organic eggs, I do 6 to 8 eggs every single day. White rice, so good for you. I'm with a Asian Vietnamese girl, so she makes very, very good white rice, and I'm very happy. And the pickles. So it's all about your diet. But if you like other things, go ahead and try it. But if you stick to mainly red meats, yes, it is expensive. The steak over here, every single time I go get it, it's like 20 something bucks a pound. But your health is priceless, because the pharmaceutical industry, they will try to sell you whatever. Like I had a problem with my shoulder. I did both MRIs and my back too. And I said, yeah, you need a surgery. You need a surgery to fix both of your shoulders and your back. And I said, but what's the problem? They said, well, we don't see a problem, but if we do the surgery, then we might be able to fix it. Just thinking like, okay, well, in the book, Hard Times Create Strong Men, it literally talks about fasting. So why do the pharmaceutical industry, they don't talk about fasting? Because there's no money to be made there. If you fast between 3 and 7 days, one time, or even once a year, you will eliminate, I think it's like 90% chances of having cancer, tumor, and get like your testosterone level will go up. From what I understand, it's like a miracle for the body. Because if you really think about it, in the past, when we did not eat, when we did not hunt, we came back home hungry, right? And that made us even more energized to go and actually hunt to bring food to the family. to our women, to our children. So make sure you eat red meat. I'm not a doctor, but this is what helped me. Have sex often. I mean, there's not much that I'm going to talk about, but sex is great. Don't watch porn. Porn is so bad for you. I used to watch it before. I quit some time ago, and ever since, it's also messing up with your mental health. Like, you start with one category, then you go to a different one, then you go to something completely that can get you like in jail, right? So don't watch porn. It literally takes all of your testosterone, all of your energy. You're just basically throwing it away. It's not worth it. If you can, if you have a partner, or if you're like 20 years old, in your 20s, like, you're probably horny, you probably have a high testosterone, go release it somewhere. Go boxing, go work out, but also have sex often, if you can, safely, with people that you care about. Lift heavy weights 3 to 6 times a week. So it's funny because I've been doing 6 times a week lifting weights, and I'm thinking of starting boxing soon or going to a different gym. So I have 2 memberships, and doing 3 times a week instead of 6 of push pull legs 3 times a week, and then the other 3 days either do cardio or go boxing. I heard a lot of good things about boxing. I do think every single man should know how to defend himself and his tribe, his family, so he can take care of them. That is something that is currently missing in my life, and I feel like I'm not fully a man because I need to get on the game too. I need to start boxing and do cardio 3 times a week. You know, cardio can be part of the sex life that you have, but I like to go running. Well, I don't like running, but I feel so much better after running. Biking, I like to listen to podcasts, listen to audiobooks, podcasts, anything that you want. You learn at the same time and you sweat. And it's fun. Like, you go check out your city, what's going on, what's new, and you're in the sun. The sun is like one of the best things right here. Get sun every day. Sun is one of the best things that you can do for yourself. If you're depressed, if you're anxious all the time, if you're feeling bad, if you are sick, going and being in the sun and feeling the sun, especially, I heard that first thing in the morning, like the first 45 minutes in the morning, is so beneficial for you. It also helps you with falling asleep faster, which is something I need to take advantage of because I'm telling you what to do, and sometimes I don't do what I tell you. So make sure you get sun every single day. And you can also do that by walking outside in the nature. I live in Commer Valley, so there's like biking trails, hiking trails all over the place. And I'm outside in the sun a lot, like going to the beach and running and biking, but I also need to start walking outside more often. So if you can, even if you live in the UK, London, and it's gloomy all the time, the sun is still going through the clouds. So you should still go outside and just be in the sun. And if you live in summer places like Thailand and Dubai, amazing. You have sun unlimited. And then sleep, 7 to 8 hours. I'm going to be honest with you, something I need to work on because I drink a lot of water and I don't go to sleep right away because I have a lot of thoughts going on, and that's why I got my Kindle. I love reading from my Kindle. So if you have a lot of, trouble and hard times actually going to sleep, reading at night, reading the Kindle, it's not your phone, it's not your iPad, so it doesn't disrupt with the blue light. But Kindle could be really helpful. It helps me. I read for like 20 minutes and then I'm good to go to sleep. And the one thing I would say is I need to work on it too. Don't drink water at least 3 hours before you go to sleep, because then you're going to wake up multiple times a night. And I personally have not had a good night of sleep in months, because every single day, probably even years, because every single day I love water. I drink maybe like 2-3 gallons of water every single day. And it's so hard for me to stop drinking water at a certain time, especially before I go to sleep, I'm like, man, I need my water. It's getting crazy. It's getting very hot, especially in the summer when it's like 85, 90 degrees here in San Diego. But that's something I need to work on. And I'm recording this basically telling myself and keeping myself accountable. So, why do we need more real men with high testosterone? I think with the movement of LGBTQ and then the gay and all that stuff, when you're becoming feminine, especially men, it's much easier to control you because you most likely won't fight and stand up when you should. With everything that's going on, not speaking about it too much, but I'm going to share my thoughts with you. I think the elites are pushing on the fact that they want to have more feminine men, so it will be easier to control. So if you have high testosterone, that means that you're strong, you want to provide for the family, you want to do good things, you want to start the business, you want to take the action, and you're not going to be the one just watching movies, playing video games, and kind of like being okay with the 9 to 5. You're not, most likely you're not that person that's watching this video. Why else? More traditional families. That works. Makes the money. Mom takes care of the house and the kids. If you don't want this lifestyle, that's up to you. That is what I want. That's what I believe in. I think the man should provide. I think the woman should be the one taking care of the kids. And there is a reason why they are pushing the agenda. So it will be too expensive to live and afford things. So now both parents have to work. The dad and the mom, so now the kids are going to school and then they are controlling what's in the schools, like the books about how to make kids and all that stuff, which we're not going to get into right now because I can go for hours and talk about it. Men are soft now. Easy times create hard times. Be different. Go walk outside right now in the streets. Literally, after this video, go for a walk. Look at the men. Forget about the women right now. Forget about the children. Look at the men. How many of them have tits? How many of them have a beer belly? How many of them, if their life depended on it, they would not be able to run for more than like a mile? If their life depended on it, they could not run as fast as they could. There are so many people out there now who are soft, who are eating the wrong foods, who are not educating themselves every single day, who are okay with the average. But I know it's not you. And you know what? I don't want you to be soft. I want you to be strong. And that's why I'm creating this presentation, because I want to help you. There are 8 billion people in the world. If you have high testosterone and are stressed, you are in the top 0.1%. Be the person you know you can be. Yes, I have some grammar issues. I'm from Israel. I'm a foreigner, but who cares? As long as I give you the message that I want to give you and the way I want to say it, then so be it. But you can be the person that you know you can be. Do you know, with me too, like in the back of my head, I'm always thinking like, you can be the one with the Ferrari driving. You can be the one with the Lamborghini opening up the door to your girl, and driving with veins popping from your hands and your chest, and you have a fresh haircut, and you are shredded all over the place, you're tan, you have money in the bank. You can be that person, but it all starts with your physical presence, and a lot of it has to do with testosterone. So you'll make more money, you will spend more money, and you will help businesses and the economy. It's kind of like a fun fact. I feel like once you are having high testosterone, you'll most likely want to start a business or do something else. If you have the 9 to 5, you most likely want to pursue a goal or start the entrepreneurship journey that you always wanted to. And with that, you're going to provide more jobs. You're going to make the economy roll. You're going to spend more money on the camera gear. Like, for example, this one right here, I bought when I started YouTube, $4,000 right there and then. Or even if you want to get a better phone, right? the iPhone 15 Pro Max. That phone, imagine this. You buy that phone, right? You pay Apple whatever money it is. Now you're helping the economy with the shipping, with the cost of labor, with this and this, and you are helping overall the economy to have more money rotating. So I hope you guys like this. That's all I have for today. Main goal is get shredded, get your testosterone levels up, and be the man that you know you can be. So I hope you liked it. Until next video, до свидания.